Hello, welcome. My name is Kelly Mace, and I'm with Smithers Oasis, and I'm here today with Mr. Kevin Yolvasacker, AIFD, and we're here today to talk to you about Valentine's Day 2021. So Kevin is joining us from McWanago, Wisconsin, and I'm here in Kent, Ohio. So Kevin, welcome. You're definitely outfitted in Valentine's Day finery today.
Thank you.
Well, thanks again for joining us. So we're here today to answer your questions for Valentine's Day 2021. We asked questions on our social sites and we had a lot of questions. So thank you for everyone that submitted questions to us. So I know a lot of these are on top of mind for everybody. So we're just going to kind of go through them. There's no particular order, and we're just going to, go ahead and go through the questions that were asked, and hopefully it's one of the questions that you've been wondering as well. So first of all, question number one, and I'm going to direct this to you, Kevin.
Okay.
When should I start planning for Valentine's Day?
This is a good one. And even before I answer, I should let everyone know that we did go and we checked with many retailers, wholesalers, and we got information from all over. This wasn't just something Kelly and I came up with to answer your questions. So we've got a lot of good answers for you. And with regard to that question, we did an Oasis University program on Valentine's Day. Loanne Burke did that. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Oasis University, just go on oasisfloralproducts.com and you'll see up in the menu, you can click on Oasis University. And you'll find we've got a great one on care and handling. And then also the one on Valentine's Day. Loanne addressed a lot of these questions. And so some of these got asked again. So that's why I'm repeating some, but she went into a little more detail. So I think you'll like that. So to answer that question, you should start planning on February 15th. And I know that might sound crazy. And I know that that isn't completely realistic because you're still busy. But you want to plan as soon as you can after the holiday, because you'll want to make really, really detailed notes so you can plan for the following Valentine's Day. You'll want to make a note of staffing, how much they were paid, extra staff that came in, drivers, when you bought flowers, what you bought, when they came in. You want to make all those notes. You also want to make notes and plan on, to help you plan rather, as to what arrangements you made, what sold, what didn't sell. And then in your notes, I think you're also going to put is why did they sell? Did they like the price point? Did the customer like the color? Put in those notes why they didn't sell. What were you hearing? Why were we left with some things? Hopefully you weren't, but if you do. And so as soon as you can, while it's fresh in your mind, that's really when you want to start planning Valentine's Day for the following year. So, hopefully you did that this year already, so you'll be ready for next year. But that's really the best. And again, check out Oasis University. You're going to see some more detailed answers.
That's great. There's some great ideas there too.
Yeah.
So what about this is a question that it gets asked a lot. Okay. What would florists be selling a dozen roses for this Valentine's Day? Question a lot.
It does get asked a lot, and it's tricky, but what really the price is different across the whole country, and anyone that's been in the business for a while knows that. A lot has to do with your overhead, your staffing, all those factors, what you're paying for roses, your markup. And so we're finding, and again, don't quote me, but we're finding the people that we did ask around the country, anywhere from roughly $75 to $150 a dozen. Now, when you hear $150, that's probably the bigger cities. Right. And when you hear on the lower end, it could be more of a rural area. So it really is all over the board. One of the big things would be is those of you that are sending orders out to other florists around the country, just be aware of what's being charged in the area before you would take a lower order and then get rejected by a florist because you just didn't charge enough. So anyone that is watching the video that isn't a florist, just be aware, the roses are based. It's not just because we can get more money for it. There's a lot of factors that play into it at that time of year. So, again, 75 maybe to 150, but not a quote.
Great. All right. Thank you. Again, and not in any particular order, but again, another popular question is what will be the most popular rose color for 2021?
Yeah, and that again, talking to everybody, we know it's going to be red. I'd like to say it's going to be another color, but we know red's going to still be very, very popular. However, that being said, I think that it really is up to us to market all the other colors. We know that people that receive flowers love the mixed colors. They love the mixed roses. And I think that's an important thing. You should get that on your social media site, whatever site that you happen to be on. You want to show that you can do mixed colored roses. You want to have great vases, great designs done using mixed colors. They know that you have red and still have that beautiful red arrangement there, but show others, and then you can always point them toward those other colors. So my thought, and from what we've heard, it's going to be red, but a lot of us are selling mixed roses as well. So definitely promote that.
All right, good point. Speaking of flowers, do you know if flowers will be hard to get for Valentine's Day?
This is a great question. We know a lot of people are asking it. SAF, the Society of American Florists, had great information on this. And then in talking to wholesalers, we've been finding out some interesting things. One of the things we're finding out is that flowers won't be hard to get. Specific varieties could be the trick.
Okay.
And that a lot of this has to do with way back when COVID started, or when we were aware of it in March, all of a sudden weddings and big events are canceling. So normally when a wholesaler would have to say, bring in a lot of maybe dendrobium orchids for a wedding, they could stock a few extras for the retail trade. And now we aren't seeing that. That hasn't been happening. Plus then the growers cut back. And I'm not just saying orchids, but other specialty flowers as well. So what's happened is the crops might be a little different. They're coming on a little different. So my recommendation to you is when you're going to sell things, when you're going to do specials, you may have specials, as many as six in-house specials. I think you should cut back this year. And again, this comes from, what we're hearing. Cut back slightly and don't be specific. You don't want to say that it'll be a spring arrangement. It'll have tulips. It'll have iris. It'll have lavender roses. Don't do that. Don't be that specific this year, only because we don't know if we are going to get those types of flowers. So my recommendation would be, again, you're going to want to have roses. And then as far as your designs go, try and sell color if you can. You want to sell, maybe it's a pink and peach arrangement. You might want to have a yellow arrangement, a mixed spring arrangement, but don't quote specific flowers. We will get the customers that say, can you put that in? Again, you're going to let them know if at all possible you will, but don't make guarantees this time. And again, we have to know the growers are trying as hard as they can. The wholesalers are trying as hard as they can as well, but just don't be real specific. Try and sell color. I think you're going to be a lot better that way. And then your specials can just be using really beautiful colors and of flowers that come in that week.
Right. Good point. Good point. The next question, and again, this is a good one. Valentine's Day is on a Sunday next year. So how do you think this will impact sales?
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That's all over the board. And everyone that we talk to, we are hearing so many different things. So here, the bottom line is, again, we have to address COVID. We don't know where it's going to be in February. We're guessing it's obviously going to be pretty much the same it is right now in December, January. And so that being said, unfortunately, we are seeing a lot of restaurants closing or being limited. We know events are canceled. So for us in floral, that could be a bonus in that people will opt to send flowers. It would be a great option, actually, so that, you can recognize somebody. So with flowers being sent, that's probably what's going to happen. However, because it is in a time of COVID, it could be that we get a lot of orders because other things aren't open. It could be just the opposite. We know a lot of people are out of work. So will that hurt? Will people just decide not to sell as many flowers? We hope not, but we really don't know. So my advice is really feel out your area, see what's happening in your area, what is open, who else is promoting, what other industries are promoting Valentine's Day, and how is that working with what you're doing? Could you partner with somebody, maybe flowers and, a takeout dinner? So think of those kind of things. So again, it's, there is no set answer. None of us have that crystal ball, unfortunately. But I think if you check around in your area, you're going to be happy with what you find out in your area.
Good point. Also, too, this is a question. What type of design should I plan for Valentine's Day? So what type of designs?
I probably went and I hadn't answered that when we were on the rose question. But again, I'll go back to generic. Basic designs go with color. Again, I can't stress that enough. So think of a good color harmony. Think of things that are selling throughout the year. Where you're known, what colors work well. And I can't stress enough to contact the wholesaler. And I don't know if that conversation is probably going to come up a little later in the questions, but you want to contact your wholesaler, get their opinion, find out what they're hearing from their grower. They know that right now. And so you want to talk to the wholesaler, get as much information as you can. And I think this question will come up again, but then, I'll stress it again. Order your Valentine's Day flowers today. Order them now. The reason you want to do that, and then Kelly, I think, is that a question coming up possibly?
It is, yes.
Is it? Should I just hop ahead? And then when it comes up, we'll...
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You can tell how rehearsed we are, huh? And so you want to talk to them. You want to give them the order now. The reason being is that'll help your wholesaler know what is being sold, what their retailers are looking for. They in turn can get to the grower, and then the grower will know what's going on. So you want to get the chain going as fast as you can. Give those orders now. You already know what you need for Valentine's Day based on this year's Valentine's Day notes. Right. So get rid of those orders. That way, if the wholesaler for some reason says, well, we know, we're really hearing that a certain color is just not going to be available, then that doesn't become your special. So again, generic colored designs.
Good idea. Good idea. One question that we get too is for retail florists and florists out there, should they be offering gift cards?
Yes.
Goes into a little bit of the marketing part.
Yeah. And yeah, Kelly, you being in marketing, you'd know some of these as well, but gift cards, I think, are a great option.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and in researching gift cards, I know that it is something like, I read there was like $98 billion in gift cards given out like by the big companies, Amazon, Starbucks, all of those companies totaled $98 billion. So we know it's a big market. I mean, how many of you have given gift cards? How many of you have gift cards that you're waiting to redeem? It's pretty easy to set up. Any of you that use Square has a digital gift card system. There are companies, and it isn't a great and big investment that will do if you really need the physical gift cards. Right. They will print them for you. The other thing you can do is a lot of you that have a POS system, many of the advanced POS systems are capable of taking digital gift cards. So look into what you have. The reason you give it is because whoever orders that gift card gives it to someone that is your next potential customer. Whether they call in, they do it over the line, over the, whatever service, or they come into the store, you now have that new customer. That's the customer you can market to. You can, constantly keep in touch with. So yes, gift cards are a great idea, and market that you have gift cards. Let people know that you have gift cards. And I really think that you're going to see, some business coming your way that you hadn't had in the past.
Mm-hmm. Great. And along with gift cards, another option might be a subscription service. So that's our next question. How do you feel about those? I personally, I'm a big fan of subscription services. I mean, I do that in my daily life. So again, what about for florists? Is that something that we should offer?
Huge. And you're exactly right. Subscription services are the way to go. Many florists hopped on this years ago with kind of a bouquet of the week. A punch card system, a small bouquet, a wrap bouquet, come on in, grab that punch card, your 11th one is free, or however. Then it went to more and more bigger, and we went to the arrangement of the month. And the good thing is you charge the customer, if it's a 6-month, a 1-year subscription, you charge them out, up front, not monthly is how it works the best. And we are seeing this all over now. And you can tell Kelly and I right now are going, to a webinar. Is because this is how everything is going. Everything is going online. And So I think, oh, I lost my train. Help me, Kelly.
Subscription services.
Cut.
Love them.
Subscription services. So
Yeah.
I got so excited about subscription services that I just was on a roll. Anyhow, going back to online, everything online is subscription services. We are seeing in the floral industry right now, this is where I was headed. Right now, everyone is offering a design class of the month. You're finding it Instagram, Facebook, on the web, everyone's offering it, as well as they're offering arrangement of the month. You have to offer a subscription service. Test it, see how it works, easy to monitor. And that way, again, you keep sending something out once a month or how often it is to a customer. It keeps your name in front of them. And so I'm a firm believer in a subscription service. Yep.
I love it. I love it. Getting back to the timing of Valentine's Day this year or next year. So as far as delivery, like when do you think that flowers should be delivered for Valentine's Day, being on a Sunday?
This is, again,
And
now
should
this
be
is
open on that Sunday. Is another question.
I know we have a question about being open on Sunday, and I'll probably be answering and hopping. Does it matter between the two?
Right. No, just yeah.
But let's start with delivery.
Yeah.
I think Thursday and Friday are your key dates that you want to push for. Okay. Let's assume you're open on Sunday, and we'll talk about that a little later. But let's assume you're open on Sunday. You want your deliveries to go out Thursday and Friday. Saturday is probably going to be your biggest day, especially for those shops that won't be open on a Sunday. Then obviously Saturday is going to be your biggest day. You'll be pushing them all there.
Right.
Really want to get them out earlier. And a good way to do that is just to suggest if we can send it out on Friday, they're going to have the flowers all weekend to enjoy them, which is true because many people will be working back at home again on Monday. And that way they have the weekend. But push for Thursday and Friday. It'll help a lot to move the product out of the store. Now, in talking to some of the retailers, we found that some are just doing it as normal, just, charging the same. Others have offered, we'll give you an extra rose in an arrangement if you can let us send it out on Thursday or Friday. I did talk to some that were doing a discount on their delivery. I'm not recommending whether that's, positive or negative. You need to know if that works for you. But there were some shops we talked to that are doing that to try and get their orders over to Thursdays and Friday. On Saturday, obviously, you'll know how the orders are going, what kind of staff you have to have. Then I know this will go, is the next question, Kelly, probably going to be about that Sunday. Are you open on Sunday?
Yes. Yep. Should we be open on Sunday?
Yeah.
Right.
So are you going to be open on Sunday?
Right.
This again was, we had some really interesting answers, and so I'll pass those on to you. So the first one is limited open. That's the shops that they took orders during the week, and you will only have curbside service. Now, the reason we're saying this is because we don't know how COVID will affect what businesses can be open. Hopefully there won't be total lockdown, but if there is, it goes to curbside service. If you are taking orders and you know that you're in that situation, then offer curbside service on Sunday. Be open for that. And that being said, I know some of you won't be open on Sunday, but this is for the ones of you that will be. And honestly, personally, I think it's a good idea. Also, then the next one will be limited in store. So you will offer curbside. You will be open for pickup of orders or picking up a gift item, but you aren't going to deliver. So that's another way that we found they were going. Then the next one we found would be that you would deliver. You would deliver orders that you took in advance, and you will take them for Sunday delivery. So again, you'll treat that like a normal weekday. It's just delivering, and it's going to be Sunday. Could it be tricky? Possibly. Some people may be out on a Sunday. They'll be away from home. But again, that could be Saturday. That could happen. But they will be delivering orders they took earlier in advance, whether it's a month, whether it's a few days. As far as same day delivery, we found one shop that we talked to that was offering same day. If they called on Sunday, they were still going to guarantee a Sunday delivery. But again, that was a larger shop. They were staffed for it and they were expecting it. So it doesn't matter if it's curbside or if it's going to be full delivery, whatever works for you. But
Right.
and limited hours. We did find that they were all going to have, not all, most were going to have limited hours. So yeah,
Right.
I think it's probably a decent idea, but you have
Mhm.
to decide if it works for you.
Right. And
Mhm.
beside working on your plan on the 15th, I think taking that day off on that Monday too would be suggested for the following
Yeah,
year. So you'll
yeah,
get the Monday off after.
sure. Yeah, what florist do you know that'll be able to take off that Monday, right?
I know, I know. Well, go ahead and you do your planning for the next year. You write down your notes and then take a few days
Your
off.
personal planning day.
Yeah, right, right.
Good luck.
So we also had a question is how do I plan mass production for my specials that I'm going to offer? And then we'll
Yeah.
get into some, product questions that we had.
Oh, okay. Mass production. Now, this was goes really good for me. When I was back in full retail swing ages ago,
Right.
I was in charge every holiday of all the mass production setup. Again, Loanne spoke to this on Oasis University, so check that out as well. But
Right.
mass production works really good. That's for all of your specials. You actually need to do it. Every little design that's similar to another one should never be a custom arrangement. You should have the cooler full of those, whether it's 2 dozen, 4 dozen, whatever you projected you were going to sell. They're mass produced. You do that in a line, a mass production line of designers, arrangers, whatever we want to say. And the way that works is, first of all, you have to have enough space to do it. It is space consuming to do that, but many of you can just work it out. And once you have the space, then you go through the planning of the steps. You want to have the container, with the foam in it. Loanne addressed that really well. Please look at that. Once the container has the foam in it, it's been soaked, whether it was pre-soaked or whether you're cutting it and putting it in. That's the first step. Then possibly the second person in the line does the greening in. If you do that as your next step, if you do flowering in next, then that's the next step. The third person, and maybe when it goes to the flowering step, they do the bulk of the flowers, the feature flowers. The last person does your filler flowers. That's saying you have maybe 3 to 4 people in the line. Then it goes into the cooler and where it's stored until you need it to fill the order. One of the things I would recommend is that a lot of this can be done with part-time help because it is kind of a paint by number, we'll call it.
Right.
So bring in those helpers probably a good 1 to 2 weeks in advance just for a quick training seminar. I know a lot of times we feel we can show them that in the morning, a few days out. If
Right.
you don't have to wait, don't do it. Bring them in, run through one design, let them get the feel for it. Whoever does set up this mass production, and again, my background, we did mass production at every single holiday. And so whoever is setting this up, there has to be someone that's in charge. That's probably a lead designer at the store,
Right. Right.
someone that's very familiar with it, because you do have to have quality checks. You want to make sure that they are doing this because, again, we're not using people that are always familiar with what we do. Mass
Right.
production, yep, Kelly, it's the way to go. You really have to do it.
Right. Right. Good. All right.
Yeah.
We've got a couple product related questions. So I'll go ahead and start
Great.
off with the first one.
Okay.
Does floral foam contain flower food? And we get this question a lot.
We get this question a lot. Again, we hear, oh, sure, it contains floral food. You don't have to add any to it. And I don't know, you can address it, Kelly. You want me to address it? Either way.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, so no, none of the Oasis Floral Foam Max Life contains floral food. Now, this I can lead you back over to Oasis University. We had the best care and handling program you're going to see. There's several parts to it, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. We as the design director team were trained in care and handling, but I tell you, when I watched that, there were things that I thought, why didn't I know this? Right. So it's phenomenal. But as far as floral foam goes, no. You want to have your water with the right mix of Floralife food in there. You want to properly mix it and then soak your foam in there. Then it will absorb the flower food. Then when you put the foam into your containers, you again are going to add water that has properly mixed Floralife floral food in it to those containers. And Yes, it's a great myth that we hear. No, it is not like
Right.
impregnated with food.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. The next question is, I've seen post for Flora Life soap. Can you tell me about that?
No.
So,
Um,
well, I can tell you about that.
Kelly
Soap is
can.
a new product from Flora Life. And if you go onto the website, floralifecleaners.com, it gives you all the information on the new product soap. So basically, it's a soap product that is packaged and you're never without that packet of soap. So if you're traveling or if you're somewhere where they run out of soap and you know how important that is right now, this takes care of it. You'll always have that packet with you that you can get out of your purse, get out of your your suitcase or whatever, and you'll have that, and you can have it in your shop or wherever. So it just keeps you having that at the ready, so you'll always have that available. So again, it's on floralifecleaners.com, and you'll find a lot of information about that there.
Kelly, it's liquid and powder,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right. Yep.
okay.
So two different, they come in little packets. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's a great new product. So you'll definitely want to check that out.
All right.
Yeah. So good.
What's next?
Okay. I know I need flower food, but where should I go to get the correct info?
All right, we know where to go for the correct info on flower food. Yes, you need flower food.
Right.
You definitely need flower food. You need cleaners. You need everything.
Right.
Again, you'll want to go on Oasis University on oasisfloralproducts.com. Right. You'll find that link. Kelly mentioned the other sites for soap. Yes. You'll want to go on floralife.com. They've got great information. And you'll find in there all the proper mixing amounts. Definitely, it has to be mixed properly. You're not saving any money. You're not saving flowers by skimping, by adding more than you should. It has to be properly mixed. So a lot of information. I really suggest going on Oasis University and listening to that, then be directed to the site. And it's fantastic information.
Absolutely. That's great. One question that we've had too is, we hear that there may be a vase shortage for, for vases this coming up. Now we've been pretty good. We've been pretty good in our supply of vases and supplying our wholesalers. So what we really are, again, like you mentioned, is urging people to order early, get your order in, get your glass. So that you have peace of mind that you have it and that you've got your order in for it. So you'll avoid that, you'll avoid not having what you need for the holiday. So that's what we suggest.
Yeah, that's good. And I know that question, actually, we've seen that online, like when we're searching, the web or on Facebook, and we've seen there is a shortage. And yes, we have heard that from other companies. And Kelly really hit it is, you're going to order your flowers now, or
flowers, your vases, everything, right?
All your hard goods, order those right now. Then you've got it out of the way and you are covered just in case there would be. But as far as Smithers Oasis goes, like Kelly said, we're good right now.
Oh, right.
Good.
Right. Well, that is the questions. Those are the questions that we were asked. So you did a great job answering all those rapid fire questions. So we definitely, I think, you have some great information and I appreciate all of your decor and getting ready for this.
And all in Smithers Oasis containers, our glassware.
Excellent.
Line and eco-essential. So, yeah.
Well, and then we'll have again the websites, and we'll have those listed right here too. So you'll have you can go ahead and refer back to this as far as where you get the information, and then this video will be available as well. So we'll be showing this, and we'll be putting this on our website as well.
Great.
Yeah, so thank you again for joining us, and we're wishing you a very successful upcoming holiday. And again, as we get into the Christmas season and New Year's, wishing you all the best to you and your families. And we hope from Smithers Oasis that everybody stays safe out there. And again, happy holidays, and looking forward to Valentine's Day 2021.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.